Whoop, whoop, whoop. I gotta say, that's about the dumbest thing I've ever done. It's just stand on the bathtub just to do a video. I was just trying to match her. What is that? I just wanted to match her energy, but we did. We failed as a society. We let Nicki Minaj get away with doing whoop, whoop. Why? Why, I tell you? Because she's Nicki and she's queen and she can do that. What's up, people? Hip Hop Fanatic with another video. Wow, my mouth is crusty. I put on lotion. I don't understand what happened. Now that my face is fresh, we're back with another video. This time we are doing Nicki Minaj, one of the best female rappers in the world currently for the past 10 years. One of the best musicians in the world. Young Wayne, wow. Lil Wayne, one of Lil Wayne's proteges, came up right up under his wing, along with Drizzy Drake, one of the other best rappers in the world. Nicki's right here. Drake's right here. Wayne's in the middle. Just come one, come all. Enjoy the show, because the show is going to get lit. And it was lit. It was lit for a long time with hearing songs from Queen and Onika, Tamia Mirage. She's married now to Kenneth Petty, and she hyphenated her name. She now has a son, and I think her son's name is Papa Bear, which is by far the dumbest name I've ever heard. I don't know why celebrities think they can name their kids anything because they make a lot of money. You realize your kid gotta go to school, right? Eventually. How do you explain that? We have a new student in class. You know, they're gonna go to a private school because Nicki Minaj is his mother. Is Papa Bear here? Present. Is that really your name? Papa Bear? Mirage Petty? Or Papa Bear Petty? Papa Bear Petty. Nah, that's crazy. I think Britney Spears has some weird names too. I think one of her kids, maybe it's a nickname, but one of her kids is Froggy Leg Jumper or something. Like the ride from Six Flags in Chicago. I forgot what it's called, but it's like Froggy Jumper or something like that. It's a water ride, and you're in a log. The log is the thing that you ride in, and it's like a water ride. It's like a splash water ride. It's in Chicago. I think it's closed down now because I think somebody. No, I haven't been there in a lot of years, so I don't know if it's closed down. But yes, Papa Bear is her son's name, I think. Don't quote me on that. I think I Googled it and it came up as Papa Bear. So if she has another kid and she has a daughter, would she name the daughter Mama Bear? Is that weird? No, that's weird. Sorry, this is not about Papa Bear Petty. This is about Mama Bear, Nicki Minaj. It's about Nicki Minaj. Okay, so Nicki was born on December 8th, 1982. I think she's 40 now. She's from Trinidad and Tobago, Port of Spain. And she also claims New York City. So, I'm sorry, another New York rapper. I just did Busta Rhymes last time, and I've already done 50 Cent as well. So I'm just doing New York rappers. It's not, Busta Rhymes was recommended, and then Nicki Minaj was recommended, and 50 Cent was recommended. They just all happen to be from New York or claim New York. I'm sorry. Next person, not gonna be from. Nicki Minaj is married. She is one of the few people in the world and rappers that is actually married. I think Jeezy's married. I don't know where that came from. I was trying to think of more people that were married, more rappers that are married. Jeezy's married. Jeezy's been married for like 4 or 5 years. I think that's it. Off the top of my head, when I think of rappers that are married, there's not Kanye West is married. He remarried. So that's, Jay-Z's married to Beyonce, but everybody knows that. But Nicki Minaj is married. She's married to Kenneth Petty. He is a I want to say he's a race car driver, a very well-known race car driver. Good genes, I guess. I don't know. You can either become Papa Bear, can either be a rapper or a race car driver. You know, genes, good genes, like anything that you are good at, you probably get from your parents because your parents probably did the same thing at one point in time. You know how many rappers come to like different interviews and say, my dad used to rap or my dad was a DJ and now it's lineage factors. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. My dad, he was a DJ at one point in time. That's probably why I like music so much. And my mom's done a lot. My mom's good with people. That's probably why people like talking to me. It's a lineage factor thing. I don't know how to explain it, but whatever your parents can do, you can probably do it too by some innate lineage factor. We're all superheroes at this point. So if you don't remember, Nicki Minaj used to be with Safari, which I think is a weird name. Safari, they were together since like before she was famous. So her and Safari have been together for like 7, 8 years. And then they broke up. Don't know why. They just broke up. And then she started doing her own thing, living her life, quote unquote. We ain't gonna say what that really means. You know. And then she started dating Meek Mill. And that was a big relationship. And then they broke up. And then I think after that, she met Kenneth. And then they started dating. And then she eventually got married to him. So that's her life in a nutshell. Nicki Minaj has done some acting. She's been in the Angry Birds movie. She was also a voice in the Ice Age Continental Drift movie. I think I saw both of those movies and I can't remember hearing her voice in it because Nicki Minaj has a very distinct voice. It's just like Cardi B. They have very distinct voices. It's hard to miss, but obviously I missed them because I had no idea. When Nicki Minaj first came out, she had a song called Itty Bitty Piggy, and that was on her Beam Me Up Scotty mixtape. This is what put Nicki Minaj on the map, was Itty Bitty Piggy and the song I Gets Crazy. And I'll play both tracks so you can kind of hear old Nicki Minaj. This is the track right here for Itty Bitty Piggy.
Yo, I was on the plane with the wine. You can call me Whitley, I go to hell.
And then this is the track for I Gets Crazy.
I just came out of the old school, got my Mac note.
So, Beam Me Up Scotty, hood classic, I guess. Not a hood classic. I'm not gonna say hood classic. This is what put Nicki on the map. This is when people started to really recognize her as a rapper. But when you think of Nicki Minaj, you think of all her like pop songs like Starships and Your Love. She's very versatile, although she leans more towards pop because she has a nice voice and she can reach more people with pop. But I like Nicki Minaj as a rapper. I think she's one of the coldest rappers in the game. One of the coldest female rappers in the game right now. Back in 2007, I thought for a long time that Nicki Minaj was signed with Gucci because she was on the Writing on the Wall mixtape, and the song was Girls Kissing Girls, and I thought at that point in time that she had signed the Brick Squad. Actually, I learned this recently. Gucci and Nicki Minaj had the same manager, and that's how that connection came to be. And then Gucci Mane started acting real weird before he went to prison. I think it's before he went to prison. And Nicki just kind of stepped back away from him. And then in 2009, she signed with Young Money under Wayne's label, along with Drake, along with Lil Chucky, along with Gutta Gutta, along with Jay Mills, and rappers of that nature. So back when Nicki Minaj first started, which was like 2007, 2008, she had an alter ego named Roman Polanski. I don't know how to explain who Roman was. Roman was just very obnoxious, I guess, and British for some odd reason. Back then, I don't know how to explain it. It was cool because it was kind of different to have an alter ego like Nicki Minaj did, and people liked it. People flocked towards it, and it was a good move. I think Lil Wayne designed that. It's like, you should come out with an alter ego, and Nicki was like, I don't think I want to do that. That's kind of weird. But weird sells now. There's so many weird people in the world. Not weird like weird, but like weird like that's nice weird. There's two different weirds. But Roman, big thing, great success. Nicki Minaj. She never did anything weird, like put a whole album under the name Roman Polanski. Not like, I wanted to say Miley Cyrus, because she had a whole album with Hannah Montana, and we know that's the same person. The rapper in question has to have 3 or more albums or mixtapes in order for me to rank them. We're doing Nicki Minaj albums. Has 7 total albums. Each album is put into 5 or 6 different categories. Those categories are the track list / flow, the bars. I keep doing this. I noticed this in the last video. The bars, the production, the intro / outro, the hook / chorus, and sometimes we do the features. This time we are not going to do the features because Nicki Minaj is a part of 2 albums with Young Money that don't have any features. Besides, they don't have any features. It's just, well, they do have some. We Are Young Money has a Gucci Mane on it, but that's it. I can't really quantify that because that's not fair, because all her solo albums have a bunch of features. So, of course, they would outweigh the ones with little to no feature. She has 2 collab with Young Money, that is We Are Young Money and Rise of the Empire. She has 1 with Cash Money, which is Rich Gang. I think it is called like Rich Gang Presents or something like that. Then she has 4 solo albums, which is Pink Friday, The Pink Print, Roman Reloaded, and Queen. Now, Nicki Minaj has a 5th solo album coming up in November, so when that comes around, we will do an update for Nicki Minaj when that comes around. So Nicki Minaj's worst album is the album she did with Cash Money with Birdman, and it came out in 2013. It was actually number 9 on the US charts, and it was 1 hour and 8 minutes. The track list was a 0.5. The bars was a 0.5. The intro / outro was a 0. The hook / chorus was a 1. And production was a 1.5. They got a total score of 3.5 out of 50, which is the lowest. This is the lowest album I've ever done. At least some albums have cracked 10. This one didn't even make it past 5. It got a low score only because, oh wait, I'm going too fast. I'm going too fast. Yeah, never mind. It got a low score because Nicki Minaj is only on 2 songs. She's only on $1 Million and Tap Out. Everything else, she's not on. So it was a waste of her talent. Tap Out is a continuation of $1 Million. It's the same song. So the most popular song on this album was Tap Out. Got 177 million views on YouTube. And my favorite song, Nicki Minaj is not even in my favorite song. I don't know if I should count it, because if she's not in my favorite song, could I really count the song on it? No, I'm not gonna count it. Well, I did it for Ice Cube. I think I did it. I'm not sure. I gotta go back. But my favorite song on this album was Paint the Town featuring The Game. It had Lil Wayne on it. I really like the chorus on it. I like the way The Game did that chorus. So yeah, see, I'm not even talking about Nicki Minaj, so I can't even say this is my favorite song because Nicki's not in it, so this one doesn't really count. So yeah, on this album they had songs like Tap Out and We've Been On and 50 Plates, which had Rick Ross on it, just Rick Ross. We've Been On had R. Kelly before he was controversial even on this album. It might have been a better album if it was just for Rich Gang or Young Money or Cash Money, but for Nicki, it was her worst album. By far the worst album I've ever ranked, by far. This was worse than Big Sean and Jhené Aiko's 2088 album. Nicki Minaj's second collab album with Young Money is the next album. This album came out in 2014. It was 47 minutes long. and it hit number 7 on the US charts. The track list was a 2, the bars was a 3.5, the intro slash outro was a 1, the hook slash chorus was a 1, and the production was a 4. It got a total score of 11.5 out of 50. The most popular song on this album was See Now, which had Nicki Minaj in it. It has 71 million views on that video. My favorite song, Nicki Minaj is not even in it. My favorite song on this album was Trophies, If You Care. Drake did his thing on that song. But this is not about Drake, this is about Nicki. So this album brought you singles like We Alright, Trophies with Drake, and Looking At, I ain't gonna say it, Looking At with Nicki Minaj. Even though that was her own solo song, I still didn't like it as much. I think she could have did better. I think they could have put her on a better song. It wasn't a good album for her. It would have been better if it was like Wayne or Lil Twist, because Lil Twist is on like 4 songs and Wayne is on like 6. It would have been a good album for them. But for Nicki, it's one of her worst albums. I can't even quantify it because she's only on 2 songs on this album too. It's a better album than Rich Gang. For Nicki. No, for everybody else, not Nicki. It's still a pretty bad album. Before we get to the next album, I want to do something a little different. I want to get you guys more engaged with the video. So I'm going to ask 3 questions, different levels, different level varieties. I'm going to give you an easy question, I'm going to give you a medium question, I'm going to give you a hard question. So this time we'll start off with the easy question before we get to the next best album. So the question is, and the first one is multiple choice. And if you get it wrong, you have to like the video. Deal? Deal. The question is, who did Nicki Minaj sign to? Was it A, Brick Squad, B, Death Row, C, MMG, or D, Young Money / Cash Money? The answer to the question, who did Nicki Minaj sign to, was D, Young Money, Cash Money. She signed to Wayne. So Nicki Minaj's 4th studio album and her latest studio album, which came out in 2018, is her next best album. Queen was 1 hour and 6 minutes. It went platinum and it hit number 2 on the US chart. The track list was a 3, the bars was a 3, the intro / outro was a 0.5, the hook / chorus was a 2, production was a 4. It got a total score of 12.5 out of 50. The most popular song on this album was Good Form. It has 292 million views, and I don't have a favorite on this album. This album brought you singles just like Chun-Li and Barbie Dreams. Chun-Li was a big song. I necessarily didn't like it as much as everybody else. I actually like Chun Sway better than Chun-Li. Maybe because I heard Chun-Li a bunch of times and they play it to death when singles come out. But Barbie Dreams, if you remember, Barbie Dreams was a big song. I just showed my girlfriend this song actually. In Barbie Dreams, Nicki Minaj was talking about all the people that she quote unquote messed with, like Young Thug, like Quavo. We know Quavo's confirmed, right? I think he said that. Lil Uzi, Designer, Drake, 50 Cent. Like, she talked about a lot of artists. When that came out, we was like, did she really? I get Drake because Drake and Nicki have been crushing on each other for like years, and I think they got married just to say that they did it, just like they said in the song. They said, "Let's get married to say that we did it." I think they got married for one day. Yeah, we knew that was gonna happen, but she said DJ Khaled in one of the bars where she said, "Ain't no fat dude gonna tell me what he ain't eating." I'm like, DJ Khaled, really? I think back in the day, DJ Khaled wanted to get married to Nicki Minaj. Like, clout, publicity. There's no such thing as bad publicity. So I think I don't know if there was a thing between her and DJ Khaled. I know there was a thing between her and Drake. I did like LLC just because it was a fun song. Sir, didn't like Sir. She was around Future a little bit too much that day because that's the song Future would make. I really can't talk about anything else. Ben was cool. Majesty was alright. I really can't say anything else about this album. Too Lit, Too Late. Shouldn't have had that in there. Oh, the intro / outro, because it was so low, is because she has a song with called Coco Chanel. It features Foxy Brown, which is her inspiration. She said Foxy Brown is the most inspirational female rapper. Yeah, so she has a song with Foxy Brown, and then Inspiration's outro is just the song continues. You could have just ended on Coco Chanel, honestly. That's why I gave it a lower score, because you could have just ended with Coco Chanel. You didn't have to end it with Inspiration's outro. Nicki Minaj's next best album is her first studio album, it's 51 minutes long. It went triple platinum, and it was #1 on the US chart. The track list was a 4.5. The bars was a 4. The intro / outro was a 4. The hook / chorus was a 2. And production was a 3.5. It got a total score of 18 out of 50, which I don't understand why I have it as a 2-way tie on here. Oh, that's what it's tied with. Oh, gotcha. The most popular song on this album was Moment for Life with Drake. It was a big song. I remember when that song came out. It was a very good song. It has 264 million views on YouTube, and my favorite song is still Your Love. I've liked Your Love since it first came out. Oh, I don't know why. The beat is so infectious. I had a crush on Nicki Minaj when she first came out. I mean, everybody did. When a new female artist comes out and she looks good, everybody has a crush on that female artist. I don't know why I was trying to hide like I was embarrassed. I had a crush on 5'2" Nicki Minaj. I like short girls. I really like short girls. That's my type. Ooh, I shouldn't have said that. Don't tell my brother that. Actually, he's gonna watch the video, so he's gonna be like, I told you. This album had singles like Right Through Me. It had Super Bass. It had Fly with Rihanna and Rihanna. She said we've been pronouncing her name all wrong for like years. It's Rihanna or something like that. It's Rihanna. Anyway, she said it was Rihanna when she first came out. I got triggered so fast. And it had Did It on it. And I know you're probably like, bruh, it's got so many good singles on there. Why is it so low? So let's talk about the hooks and chorus. What I would say about the hooks and chorus is not all the hooks are created equally, my boy. Like, okay, Fly is a nice hook. That's because it's Rihanna. But Roman's Revenge, like a Dungeon Dragon. Like a Dungeon Dragon. No, bro. Blazing, and then I'm blazing. No. Yes, this album does have a lot of good singles. Yes, it does. I will admit that. Roman's Revenge was a good song with Eminem. I like this album a lot. It's just low because the hook / chorus were not good. The Super Bass is not even on. Oh, I had to check it out too. Super Bass is on the deluxe actually. Before we get to Nicki Minaj's next best album, got another question. This is a medium question, medium difficulty. Okay, this is not Dark Souls. This is not Sekiro. This is like Portal. No, Portal was a hard game. This is like 2K on Superstar mode, okay? If you don't know, now you know. If you get this one wrong, you have to leave a comment. And please be nice in the comments. I don't want to have to curse nobody out. Well, I'm not going to curse you out. Well, I am, because I don't get paid for it, so I can curse you out if I want to. Question is, what event did Nicki Minaj call out Miley Cyrus? I'll put 20 seconds on the clock, starting now. If you said the 2015 MTV and VMAs, that is when Nicki Minaj confronted Miley Cyrus. When she was on stage and she said, "Yo, Miley, what's good?"
Back to this had a lot to say about me the other day in the press. Miley, what's good?
That was when she confronted her. I don't know if I can't remember if she was there or not, if Miley Cyrus was there or not. I know nothing happened. I know she got scared because Nicki Minaj is really her, okay? When people say, I'm him, she's her. You don't confront Nicki Minaj. She gangster. She bought that life. She from the hood. We know this. Which came out in 2012. It was 1 hour and 9 minutes. It went double platinum, and it was #1 on the US charts at one point in time. The track list was a 4.5. The bars was a 2.5. The intro slash outro was a 3.5. The hook slash chorus was a 3.5. And production was a 4. They got a total score of 18 out of 50 because it tied with Pink Fridays. There you go. The most popular song on this album was Right By My Side. It has 511 million views on YouTube. My favorite song is Champion. It has Nas, Drake, and Jeezy in it. This album brought you singles like Starships, Right Through Me, Bees in the Trap, and Pounding Along. I will say this album had an actual good intro. Roman Holiday was a good intro. I was excited for the rest of the album. Did I get that in the outro? No, I didn't, because the outro had Stupid 304. And I do not like that song at all. I don't know. It got views. I mean, yeah, but I didn't like that song at all. Nicki Minaj is the true definition of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Because the album starts off with Roman Holiday and it's just hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop. Till you get about, when you get to number 9, when you get to number 8, when you get to Right By My Side, it switches from rap to pop. Like really, and then continues pop from Right By My Side all the way to Gunshot. And then she put Stupid 304 as the outro. To me, Nicki Minaj is the true definition of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I understand why Drake does this pop thing now, because her and Drake came up around the same time and Nicki Minaj made it work, but Drake didn't. Well, there's a couple songs that I like that are pop songs by Drake, but I prefer Drake to rap. Nicki, I prefer her to rap too, but I like her pop songs. Some of them are like, why? Why did you make that? But people love her pop songs. They actually prefer that over her rap. And she knew that and she capitalized on it. I actually like Sex in the Lounge with, I think that's Jeremiah singing. And it has Wayne in it, of course. You know, Wayne gotta be in it. Nicki Minaj's next best album is her first collab album with Young Money, which came out in 2009. It was 1 hour and 5 minutes. The track list was a 2. The bars was a 4. The intro slash outro was a 5. The hook slash chorus was a 4.5. The production was a 4.5. And they got a total score of 20 out of 50. The most popular song on this album was Bedrock. I thought it was going to be Every Girl in the World, but it's Bedrock. Has 343 million views. My favorite song, it doesn't count because it doesn't have Nicki in it, was Steady Mobbin' with Gucci. This album brought you singles like Every Girl in the World, which was a big song. Bedrock, of course, was a big song. Roger That was a big song too, because in 2009 she had just she was just known, right? She had just blew up in like 2008, 2009, and then they brought out We Are Young Money, and then we got to know more of her skills, right? So this is more like a first album, right? Kinda. Her first album is Pink Friday, but I think this came out right after Pink Friday, like a couple months after. It was just like a surprise. We didn't know this was gonna happen. Wait a minute. Before we get to Nicki Minaj's best album, I have another question for you guys. A hard question. This is on hard difficulty. Pause. If you get this wrong, you have to share my video. You have to share it. Which actress inspired Nicki Minaj's career? 30 seconds starting now. If your answer wasn't Jada Pinkett Smith, you gotta share the video. It's only right. Jada Pinkett Smith is the actress who inspired Nicki Minaj's career. I was gonna put which artist inspired, but I already told you at the beginning of the video it was Foxy Brown. Oh, I didn't tell you. So Nicki Minaj was inspired by Foxy Brown, Wayne, and I think 50 Cent. And then she ended up smashing 50 Cent. But that's neither here nor there. And Wayne. Dang! Dang. Yeah, that's neither. Never mind. We ain't going through that. Nicki Minaj's best studio album which is her third studio album, and it came out in 2014. This album was 1 hour and 7 minutes. It went double platinum, and it was actually number 2. It hit number 2 on the US charts. The track list was a 3.5. The bars was a 4. The intro / outro was a 6.5. The hook / chorus was a 3. Production was a 4.5. It got a total score of 21.5 out of 50, which is a half point higher than the last album. The most popular song on this album was Anaconda, and it got 1.1 billion views on YouTube. And my favorite song was gonna be Favorite. Forget it. Yes, my favorite song is Favorite with Jeremiah. However you pronounce his name. So this album brought you singles like Pills and Potions, Anaconda, Only, Feeling Myself with Beyonce. I gotta say, when I first heard Feeling Myself, I was like, man, I don't like this song. But that song is raw, bro. That song is so raw. I really like Feeling Myself. Let me find out Beyonce trying to be a rapper now. It's cool, you can do that because you queen, but you queen next to queen. Does that make it queen squared? No. I'm sorry, my nerdiness is coming out. But Beyonce killed Feeling Myself, and I tried. When I first heard it, I didn't want to like the song because I was like, yeah, it's Beyonce. It's gonna be overhyped. No, she did her thing. I really like that song. Only, everybody knows Only. I never Drake. All my life, man. If I did, I'm a Minaj and let him eat like a cupcake. Come on now. Everybody knows Only. I was disappointed with Chris Brown because I was like, Chris, this is the one song you need to spit some bars on, not just do the chorus, man. You just chose to do the chorus. I'm like, why, Chris? You can rap. You would have killed this song, bro. I was so disappointed. It's Nicki Minaj's best album. The Pink Print is by far her best album. Now, she has a new album coming out in November, so when that comes out, we'll rank that too amongst the others. I was impressed with Four Door Aventador. That's how you know I'm not rich. I can't pronounce it. And I actually liked All Things Go. She got personal with that intro, and I liked it. I didn't like Get On Your Knees with Ariana Grande. Didn't like that. Yeah, bro. Solid album. I really. So that's gonna end the video, y'all. I hope you enjoyed Nicki Minaj. I enjoyed Nicki Minaj. Leave a like if you're new, or if you got the question wrong, leave a like. Leave a comment, or if you got the question wrong, leave a comment. Share the video if you got the question wrong. You don't have to share it if you did. Or if you just like my content, you want it to reach more people. Yeah, share the video. It's free to subscribe. But next time we're gonna do. I keep saying we. Next time I'm gonna do an update for Meek Mill. I realized what I did when I ranked Meek Mill's albums. I didn't do all of his albums, and when I did Ice Cube, I actually did albums Ice Cube was in, like the groups, like I did NWA and the Lynch Mob. So I'm gonna go back and update it for Meek Mill and update his MMG stuff. And that's what I got planned for next month. There will be an update for Meek Mill coming out. And I honestly need a break. This is a lot of music. Busta Rhymes took me out, and Ice Cube and 3 6 Mafia, that's a lot of music. I honestly need a break to just recalibrate, and I haven't heard anything new since I've been on this. Since I've been on these listening to albums thing. I want to hear Travis Scott's new album. The list goes on. I have a bunch of stuff to listen to, and I want to actually listen to it without critiquing it, you know? So, look out for Meek Mill's update video. I appreciate you guys for watching. Don Trip got an album out too. I appreciate y'all for watching, listening, doing whatever. Peace.